One of the first things you might notice when visiting Salt Lake Valley in Utah and the Kingdom of Mormonism is that there are no crosses displayed on their churches or temples. Illustrations of the Mormon Jesus are of a handsome, well-groomed guy with blonde hair. And the Mormons, like their happy Jesus image, usually wear a smile, fine apparel, and a tie. The facade is most polite and gracious. That is, until you question the many contradictions in their history or doctrinal beliefs. Please don't point out that their Jesus is Lucifer's brother, or that God was once a man, or that they think they can become God, or that having dark skin is a curse, or that they wear magic underwear.
So you have a clear choice. You can believe in the God of the Bible and the teaching of Moses that God has always been God, or you can believe Joseph Smith's lie that God became a God. But you can't have it both ways. God says, before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. You disregard that fact, and yet makes you in rebellion against that true God who is alone God. And God says he will not take idolatry lightly. Repent! Turn from your guys' idolatry. Put your trust in the one God who always was, always is, and always will be.
Within cult society, we find two types of people, those that are deceivers and those who are simply deceived. And though it is difficult to discern who's who in the zoo, we should always consider this fact when having dialogue with the cultist. The deceived person deserves some degree of patience and grace, while the deceiver needs a stiff rebuke. It is rather ironic when public confrontation of Mormonism is considered unkind. If the Old Testament Mosaic law was applied to false prophets like Joseph Smith and Brigham Young, they would have been stoned to death. Mormons now try to pass themselves off as simply another Christian religion. We should therefore apply New Testament discipline to the situation. Apostle Paul wrote to Timothy, "Those who continue in sin rebuke in the presence of all, so that the rest also may be fearful of sinning."